Okay, so change of plans tonight because we were gonna have just Shannon and Larissa on, but now we have Roxanne and Ashley on as well. Called out. I know some people are gonna watch the recording just because it's a weird time. We had to change it with time and then we had the boot camp video tonight, which was super good. So go back and rewatch that if you have not yet. But I want to just throw the floor right away. Should I do any, meeny, miny, mo between Shannon and Larissa, or does somebody want to like volunteer? Okay, Shannon, you're gonna go first. All right. Like she smiled funny, so I'm like, okay, looking at me like, don't pick me while I picked you. Okay, so I we just got back from Florida, and you couldn't get on. You were supposed to be on last week, right? Can you unmute yourself or no? Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so you were supposed to be on last week, but then your son was sick, and I feel like that always happens. It's like right before a trip, one of my kids is like sick or has a fever, or it just
I had notes written up. I was like getting everything prepped. I had the bottle ready, and then he like literally just it went all downhill after that. I was like,
it's okay, that's life. All right, so we just got back from Florida. And one of the reasons that I was super excited that you earned the retreat is because you are the queen of going live. Amber and I were going through just like all the entries and everything, and she's like, "Look at Shannon. Shannon's going live like every single day." And so I want you to talk about that. I really want you to hone in on that because I think a lot of people are scared to go live, and like you didn't have network marketing experience before this. So
no.
it's not like you had been, in a different company and you were going live there and you had a network there. Like you just came in brand spanking new, no experience whatsoever, and was like, YOLO. So like talking to the person that's scared to do that, what would you say to them?
Um, so one of the biggest things that stuck with me that I want to say you said, or somebody said in the beginning when I first started, is that opinions don't pay your bills. So like I don't know, it stuck with me. So I'm like, what are they gonna do? Judge me that I'm going on and talking about my business or like what the products have done for me? Um, so yeah, lives really don't bother me at all. And I mean, it's even better. I mean, I know that you don't like that they get deleted after 30 days, but I mean, if you really hated it, it's gone after 30 days anyways. Um, so yeah, I'm not afraid. I going live is definitely like one of my strong points. When I see something in the business that's like an entry for going live, I'm like, that's the one thing I can do that I have control of. I can do that, talk about the business. I can talk about what the products have done for me. I can talk about a health and wellness thing. Like there's so many things that you can talk about when you go live. And I know like even you've gone live making like do it yourself lotions or anything like that. I don't know if it was a lotion, you did something.
It was like a Christmas peppermint hand scrub.
Yeah, yeah, like so
Yeah.
you can go live for anything. And if you don't use like Chat GPT, when I was doing those lives every single day, I literally had ChatGPT, they it gets to know you. So you write that, hey, I want to go live every single day about my business, but I want to do something different every single day. I don't want to keep talking about the same thing every single day. And it literally drew me up a plan, and I'd be like, give me 30 days worth of lives and something that people can interact with. And I would just pick one, and then I would write notes down, and then I would just go live. So that's one thing that like, yeah, it's definitely my strong suit is I'm not afraid to go live and talk about the products, the business, what it's done for me, tell the story and things like that. It's
Yeah. And I think too, years ago, like years ago, before I had connected with Amber, because a lot of you guys maybe don't know this, but like Amber is not my immediate sponsor. So Amber's like 3 or 4 people above me. And so for a little while there, I was kind of a lone ranger, just with my feelers, like I'm gonna build the business. And I don't know anybody above me. And so I was getting on YouTube, right? Like I was very self-sufficient. I've always been a go-getter. I've never been the kind of person where you have to hold my hand. I'm like, I gotta build this too, and I got money I need to make. What do I gotta do to get it done, right? And so I would go on YouTube, and I had found Jessie Lee Ward. Maybe some of y'all, I don't. Some of you might know her, some of you might not. Bless her soul, rest in peace now. But she had did a video about live videos, and she said live video always has been, is currently, and will be the king of network marketing and just growing on social media. live video is the best form of follow-up because you can interact with people in real time. So like even if you're going live about something completely unrelated, like I'm reading a book right now. It's a really good book and there's so many aha moments. Like you can go live with what you learned in your book and regurgitate that to your network, right? It doesn't have to be business, it doesn't have to be products, but if you have a moment where you're just really feeling it, you're inspired, you read something, you're out living your life and you had this moment that you could turn into content, like go live and share about it. You can talk to them in real time. If you have ever been on one of my lives, actually live, I say hi to you when you get on. Like I'm like, hey Roxy, what's up? What's up, princess? Like, hey Sharon, hey Larissa. Like, I will talk to you while you're on my video because if you've ever been on someone's video before and they say your name, you're like, oh, well, she's talking to me on her video. Like she puts up my name on her video. And so you're making people feel special and you're connecting with them, right? And so you can interact in real time. What are you doing today? Get ready with me while I go here. Have you ever done this before? I made that peppermint hand scrub and everybody was like, what's the recipe? That's so cool. It was like a handmade DIY Christmas gift. So just find a reason to go live and interact with people. Shannon, do you think that there's anything that you see more success with in your lives? Like do you get more samples out because of that? Like, what do you think?
I would say that I get a lot more people asking questions about like the products. Like I'll get like a private message. And like some people ask like what it is if I'm talking about like the products, but I would definitely say like I get definitely a lot more interest like in people asking questions about the products and like exactly what it is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times too where it's like someone said one time if you go live and you do a video and let's say you get 100 views and you're like, oh, I only got 100 views. It's like go stand in front of an audience of 100 people and talk. I would be shitting bricks. Okay. Like we talked about this in Florida. I'm like social media all day long. And we went around the circle, right? I'm like Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, don't you dare put me in a room with people. So like whenever I'm looking at something, I'm like, oh, like only X amount of people viewed this or only X amount of people watched that. It's like what I would be like stand in front of that many people in person and talk to that many people in person. So don't underestimate that. It only takes one person to change your business, truly. Like it only takes that one person to see it, to become a customer that now orders monthly, to become a promoter that, helps your business take off. You just never truly know. And so I love that you go live. I love that from day one, because you went 4K very fast.
Yeah, in the
in a
first
month,
month.
in your
Yeah.
first month, right? But like Shannon was the kind of person that was like she said, I'm gonna be judged anyways, like whatever. Like she's been judged for far worse things. I've been judged for far worse things. Amber's been judged for far worse things. You know what I mean? Like they're not coming to pay my bills. So I would encourage you guys to go live tomorrow. Find something, go into Chat GPT and say, I want to go live. Give me a topic, or pick up a book, or God forbid I say this, put your phone down. We preach freedom of, we have all this time freedom, but yet we're like literally have our phone super glued into our hands. Where's the freedom? Right? Put the phone down, go live your life, go meet up with another mom, go meet up with a friend, go to the park, go do something. And that's when you get your wheels turning. And that's when people are like, how do you create content? I'm going out and getting content by living, right? And like the things my kids say. So Shannon, I want to talk about Florida with you, and then we're gonna go over to Larissa. What was your biggest takeaway? Because you had done conference before.
Yeah.
Which conference is amazing, but conference is different than a retreat. What was your
Yeah.
biggest takeaway from that? Because that was your first one ever.
Okay, so my biggest takeaway and something that I've been doing since the retreat is getting into people's inboxes in the most authentic way that I know how. And what that is I'm a plant person. I have lots of plants, and I've been offering all of anybody that's local to me a birthday gift of a plant because I have so many. So I've actually, since I've been home, I've been dropping off plants to like 4 different people. I actually got to go do one tomorrow. And then these people are asking me questions about Thrive because like I'm giving them plants and they're like, huh, this lady's really nice. She has lots of plants. So I've been getting into people's inboxes and not talking about Thrive. And then the Thrive conversation just happened to happen like naturally after, because then they're like, okay, I feel like I can trust her. She's not like barking down my throat with like thrive, thrive, thrive. But like I've been asking people like what are their plans. I connected with this mom who was like, I'm just a mom. I have nobody to hang out with. I'm actually dropping her off a sample this week. So I'm supposed to go out there tomorrow and drop off a sample. She's actually going to pay me for the sample. And I told her I'd throw her in a couple activates and a couple thirsts.
I was gonna say you're gonna throw in a
And she's
free
like
plan.
so excited. She messaged me. She's like so excited. And it was all just because I messaged her and was like, hey, like, let's get together. I saw your post. So like I'm getting into people's inboxes and not about Thrive, just about other things. And I've been seeing really good traction with that, and just building friendships. And like something like Sue always says, like, we are professional friendship makers. And like, so that's what I've been working on and really focusing on. I forget exactly who said it, but I think it was when we were all having our little conversations and you had like the things and like people were talking, and it was like that's when it clicked. And I wrote it down. I got the little notebook that we did. So then I wrote it down, and then I wrote up a bunch of notes for today.
Oh, you muted yourself.
That was one of the main things that I wanted to work on, was to get in people's inboxes, build those friendships, and just be authentic about it and not sound like a salesperson, like trying to, sell and shove Thrive down people's throats. So just let it happen naturally.
You know what I've been doing too? Amber, plug your ears. She's gonna have an aneurysm over this. But for the last week, for the very first time ever, I've been doing my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s in my back office. Look at her. She's momming me right now. She's like, really?
At least you're doing it.
Okay, so I've always done the reach outs. I've always like get into the inbox, connect with people. Like it's a no-brainer. You want to network with people and be a professional friend maker, right? But it's like when you're not keeping track of these things, did I person yesterday or 10 or 3 or 5 or 7? I don't know. Like you just don't know. And so with the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's like I don't remember what I ate for breakfast. So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s in your back office, I've consistently, I think today was day 7. Oh my gosh, I want a cookie. It was the 7th day I did the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. It's 5 reach outs.
You get a plant.
I don't want a plant. Come get one of my aloe vera plants, and I got money trees. I'm turning into Shannon. Help. Okay, so but I've been doing that, and it's crazy because if you haven't done it, like really go in. That's a resource for you, right? That's a resource that we all have. It's like 5 reach outs, 4 follow ups, and I'm having way more conversations now than I have been because I'm intentional. It's like, yes, I've always done this every day. I've always followed up as needed, and I've always interacted and reached out to people. But like I said, yesterday could have been busy and I only ever reached out to one person. Whereas today I pulled up in front of me and it makes you type in their names, you guys. It's like, okay, who was it? So you gotta like make sure you really
like you're doing it in the cloud where you type it in.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, okay,
like otherwise I would just kind of like half-ass it. Like, oh well, I think I did it. Like I'm going in and I'm like submitting this. I want to keep myself accountable. That was a big thing for me. So getting into people's inboxes, being a real person. I wish happy birthdays every single day to people in an authentic way, right? Like I'll bring up something personal if I know them on a personal level. But a lot of times, like I had a girl message me today, her birthday was yesterday, and she's like, oh, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you about that GLP that you're sharing. So you're just opening up the doorway. Maybe they are scared to message you. I know when I first joined Thrive, I had watched the woman that I signed up with for like 6 months, and I was scared. I literally was shaking, scared to death to message her. And I did message her first, but I'm thinking back, I'm like, how much easier would it have been to just ask for the information had she kind of just like interacted with me, right? Like had that open door conversation. It would have been a lot scary for me. And so open that door for communication with them. Shannon, is there anything that you're doing before we go to Larissa that is just you really want to hone in on it? Like you need to be doing this. This is helping me a lot, kind of thing.
So the main thing was the building the friendships for me. That seems to be working. I'm getting samples out. I've gotten a couple out since the retreat, which I haven't done in a while. And Yeah, I've been seeing pretty good results with just getting into people's inboxes, really being authentic. And, it's something I've heard over and over again, but there was just something at the retreat that really clicked. And I've been seeing amazing results in just this week and a half, 2 weeks. So
Well, I'm happy for you. Samples on the bread and butter, everything.
yeah.
Every time, and this is like a moment that I have to have with myself whenever I've noticed like my personal business is slowing down, maybe my PPA goes down or my customers go down, like when's the last time I really got a sample out? Because when I first signed up, we didn't have sample mail outs, right? So I was slinging samples from my house and I was ordering $400 packs quicker than Lavelle could get them to my door. Like I was literally like the Oprah of samples, but that was when my business built the fastest. It's because I was getting those 3 steps into people's hands. They were feeling it. I was creating that urgency when they got their sample and it was turning into orders. So thank you for hopping on. I love you and I appreciate you.
Hey, can I add
yeah.
real quick before
Yeah.
you jump over? So I want to say one, Katie, when you said you were just now doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I thought you meant like the work, like the first time you did it. And I was like,
Wow.
what?
It's been like
trying-
rolling on a prayer.
trying
all
not
this
to have a
time.
judgy face. But no, like, yeah, tracking it, right? And I have not done it in the cloud, like put it there. I do it all on paper. But I will tell you, when I started tracking that, it fully changed my business. Like 100% changed my business, and it also changed my habits, and the intentionality, but also like you said, I don't remember what I made for breakfast. Like, how am I supposed to remember? You're always like, oh no, I'll remember I was talking to so and so. Yeah, go find so and so's message and when were you talking to them? Like, tracking it will change your business. So
Yeah,
just want to add that.
absolutely. Because that's so true. It's like, if I tell myself, oh, I'll message them later when I get home or tomorrow, or I'll follow up with them tomorrow. Be real. No, you're not. You're gonna forget. Your kid's gonna have a diaper blowout, and then one's gonna get a fever, and then you're gonna be late for work, and then you're never gonna get to that person again. Okay, so Larissa, can you unmute yourself? Thank you, Shannon. What's up, my girl?
What's up?
Okay, Larissa, I want to just dive in with you because I love you and I adore you, and we've really kind of gotten to know each other like at conference and the retreats and all the things. You are the consistency queen, though. Like, I always joke and call myself the disease of social media, and I'm like, because I've always said that. I'm like, I want to be the disease of their social media. Like, I want them to open it up on any app and see my face, right? And you're that for me. Like every time I open my social media, Larissa is there. Like she's doing the reels. I mean, we're in Florida. She's like creating the content there on the beach, taking the videos, posting the reels. I mean, I was literally on the beach watching a reel that you posted right next to me while we're on the meal. You just no time off. So what is it for you right now? Because you're so consistent that it's working the best for you.
Well, I have to set aside specific time because I work a full-time job, and so I'm always working, but I'm like, this business is important to me, and so I'm gonna find time to be posting. And I'm like a lot of other people, I video everything. I take pictures of everything. So I always have content in my back pocket to use, because half the time when I'm posting my reels, I'm on my lunch break at work, and I'm not looking very aesthetic like I do in most of my reels, or try to. But just like you said, like always posting something so people are always seeing something, like they know that I'm there and I'm just a message away and that I'm relatable. And Shannon, actually, she said this to me, but it really stuck with me. She was like, I noticed that you posted a lot about Thrive. And I was like, oh shit. And then I went and looked at my stuff and I'm like, oh, I guess I kind of am. And so since I got back from the retreat, I have started posting a lot less about Thrive, but it's still obvious that I am a Thriver and I take my Thrive every day. Just trying to get more reels out that are not about Thrive, but also like bring them to my page so they can see my other stuff that is about Thrive. And I've been getting a lot more views on my reels. And so that in turn, whenever I throw a Thrive reel in there, I get more views on that too. So that's kind of been my little hack for since I got back too.
I actually do that. I do that too. So I was always told, and I've always believed, like when Reels came out on Instagram, like this huge thing, like you are using your posts and your stories for the people that are already here, right? But you're using your Reels for the people that are yet to come. And so if I'm posting thrive Reels, it's like the people that are seeing it, maybe they're getting pushed out to a couple people that aren't following me, but they're there, she's selling something up, she's selling something up, she's trying to get me to join her business. They're just gonna scroll past it, right? And so I post a lot of stuff of Tony and I post funny stuff of us from Florida. We made like a million reels while we were there. You know, Shannon's Jet 2 holiday. I still watch it. Still watch it. You know, and the one of you
Well,
being,
the reel that you and I did got like 80,000 views.
that's what I'm saying though, is yeah, like so I'm posting these reels that are funny, that are relatable. You know, I just did one with me and Monique, and it's like you know, what type of person are you? And it's a funny one, like I'm working out and she's sleeping. Like people are tagging their friends in it and they're sharing. It's relatable. And so that's a really good way, making those reels that are share worthy, that people are going to be sending to their friends, sending to their spouse. I did one of Tony and I, and it, you know, it had like 500,000 views. People were sending it to their husbands, and then I still will do a reel about Thrive, or I'll still do a reel about, you know, the business, but I'm sprinkling it in there, you know, because I want those people to see my other stuff and come to my page and then go, oh well, she made me laugh with all of her reels, and she's funny in all her reels, and she's relatable in all her reels. Oh, by the way, what is that stuff that she's taking every morning? Right? People buy from people that they know, they like, and they trust. And I think, me personally, if you can make me laugh, I like you. I automatically like you. And so I try to be that person for somebody else. And I love your reels too. The one that you did of us when you were like super white and Monique and I were like tan looking at you all funny. I was like, you guys sent me that one. I love that one so much. So besides, how are you batching your content though? So like, are you doing it all in one day? Like people want to know, like hold our hands through this.
I'm gonna be quite honest, I really don't batch my content. Like, there are times where I'm like, oh, this would make a really cool video for later, and so I'll video it because I already have another reel that I'm thinking of for this day. But I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the time, I'm the type of person that kind of just flies by the seat of my pants. Because a lot of times what happens is I'll have a real idea come into my head, and so I'm like, okay, this is the kind of like video or scene I want to have, and usually I make it very simple, like 2-3 clips if I'm going to edit anything, but I just wing it, honestly.
Wanna talk about simple? We were on the airplane and Shannon, I laughed at her because she was taking a video of the clouds. Like every time we took 2 planes, and both times she's videoing the clouds. And I said, Shannon, these are the same clouds that you saw last time. Like they look the same. Like it's the same clouds. What are you doing? You just got to video the last clouds. And she goes, yeah, but I can throw some text on this video and make it a reel. And it's like genius. If you're not, you know, Amber, we're walking around in Florida, and I look over and her phone's looking at me in the corner. It's like recording. I'm like, okay. Like everything was just content. And so it's like, even if it's not a business or a Thrive post, it's like you now have little clips of your life. You know, wake up with me, get ready with me. You know, Shannon posted those clouds with like some inspirational words over there. That's getting shared. It's getting liked. It's getting those views on it. So it's, don't overcomplicate it. Don't think that it has to be perfect, or, you know, the perfect caption or the perfect outfit. Just videotape your life and turn that into content. I do more reels on Instagram and duplicate it.
Yeah, so what I do with my content is, because I know that when I post a reel, it reaches more people that aren't following me or things like that. So with me working a full-time job, I make it a priority to get a reel up every day. And then if I have time to do a post, I will as well. But I mainly focus on reels and stories because that's where I get like
Yeah.
most views and conversations. Because like, you know, with my boyfriend, he broke his neck. And so I've made some funny videos with that. And then I get people commenting like, what happened to him? Or what did you do to him? And
Poor
things
man
like
breaks
that.
his neck and you're like, babe, smile. That's so
He's
funny.
so sick of me, but it's okay.
And do you because you do work a full-time job? Like I stay home, right? And I know Shannon does as well. And it's like, so we can just, I'll work in the morning or I'll work when the kids go to bed tonight, and then we can kind of do it through the day. But you work like you're always working, literally always working. I see your stories, you're like off to work again. Are you working in the nooks and crannies of your day, or how do you set aside like time?
So what I try to do is get up like an hour or two before I need to leave for work, and so then I get my workout in, like do some content with that maybe, and my drive stories up and things like that, and then like me on because lately I've been doing this little thing where I have a short little video like I'm on my way to work, like this is kind of what's happened in my life in the last 24 hours, and this is the flavor of shake I'm drinking today. I hope you guys have a great day, and people have been eating that up. And so I just kind of pop in my story on my way to work, show people that I'm here. I'll get back to their messages, when I have a chance. And then like if I am having a slow day, I have more chances to, be on my phone for 5 minutes and reply to 2 messages or something like that. But if I don't, I try to get that up, and then I try to do a reel while I'm on my lunch break, and then just kind of do my interacting and that stuff after I get off of work. So it's just spread throughout the day when I have time, to be honest.
You know what I was just thinking of, and this is like so off topic, sort of kind of. For those of you guys on TikTok, have you ever scrolled past the lady that eats the cottage cheese and the mustard? Maybe not. Okay. So there's this girl, and she literally blew up on TikTok because she dips raw veggies in cottage cheese and mustard, right? And people eat it up and they love it. But on this, no, listen, on the side of her plate, she always has a drink that she's mixing up and drinking, and everyone's always like, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? What are you drinking? She makes and sells her own electrolytes. So her, just by getting on camera and eating this cottage cheese and mustard, her electrolyte business blew up, right? There was another girl that would eat like sweet potato, like the raw sweet potato, and she worked for Beachbody back when Beachbody was a thing, and she would make her shake next to her sweet potato, and she would just get on there and she would talk, right? And it's like she was just being herself. And so it reminded me, like a year ago or so, I did this, and I should probably do it again. I was doing reels every single day of me singing like a song from the 90s, right? Like it was like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and like all that. And I'm like, which one should I do next? Like, what was your favorite song, from the 90s? And so people would like comment, oh, I'll do this one next, or do that one, or remember this one. And so I would do it while I was making my shake. And I would like lip sync these 90s songs while I was making my shake. And I'm thinking back, and it's like, I used to sell so many damn shakes because people would wait every morning. What song is she gonna sing? Is she gonna sing the one that I recommended to her to sing yesterday? People ate it up. Like you don't have to overcomplicate it. Like truly, you don't have to overcomplicate it. So thank you, Larissa. Larissa. I have you in my phone as capital L-A and then Rissa. Larissa.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna What, Katie Muntz? Okay, Amber.
I cannot.
So I'm gonna go over to Roxy. Okay, I'm gonna. You can mute. Okay, so I'm just gonna give people I'm gonna throw you under the bus for a second. Okay.
Please do.
Vroom vroom. Okay. So you were at 8 out of 10 cab last month, correct? And you missed it.
I did.
Let's just go right in, and I want to know how you're gonna hit it this month.
Okay, so I have 2 auto ships that run tomorrow. So there's 6 and 7. I did shoot a link to a girl. She's actually one of which I missed last month. I shot her a link for take 2. I created the link. I sent her the cart. I said, here's the link. This is what you need to do. Check out, because she was already a previous customer of mine. I said, this is what you need. Check it out. For some odd reason, she took one product out and used the discount that I gave her. And she basically, I lost that cab on that one. So I was like, I was so upset. And I was like, okay. And then I would have been literally 1 short. So this month, I do have at least, I have the 2 for tomorrow. I have that one. I sent her the link. So there's 3. I don't want to be left with 8 this month because I will seriously have a meltdown. So I have been trying to follow up with previous customers. I have been talking to a few others. I have a few other customers who have been referring friends to me because they don't know enough and they would rather me talk to them and share them the information that I have. And the one girl I have, she's actually sent me like 3 customers, and I've been so grateful to her. I actually sent her a huge box of samples and I think $50 in credit just for those referrals to me, because those referrals that she gave me actually turned into customers.
Yeah. Are you when you do this too, are you telling people? Because like Amber told me to do this. Amber was like, be blunt with them, like tell them I need your order to be $150. Okay. Like, but like be nice about it, right? And
Oh
so
yeah.
I was going through customers, and one of the ones that helped me hit 20 the other month is her order every single month. She's ordered every month for like 2 years. Like she loves her stuff, but it's always like 138. And I'm like, so I messaged her and I was like, hey, you know, I'm running for a goal this month. I appreciate you for ordering every single month. The goal that I have requires customer orders to be at least $150. So if you don't mind, would you go into your account, add like a bottle of gummies, and I'm just going to give you the credits to cover those gummies, right? And so she got the gummies, the order was over 150. I hit the cab. Utilize your credits that way. And when did you hit 5 already? You did. Yeah.
Yes.
So you have those credits. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the first 5 is where you really gotta like, because then
Yeah.
after, yeah, because you get the credits, and then
Yeah.
after the 5, you're like, okay, now I've got these credits to sling. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so, if you can get to 5, you can 100% utilize those credits to get to 10.
Yeah.
So we're all cheering you on. I want to know what you got from the retreat in Florida. There were so many moments. Like I loved when we did Would You Rather, like the business edition, and like half of us were like split. It's like, no, I would rather do this or I would rather do that. But then we would explain it. And like I just took away so many freaking nuggets from stuff, from things. And so I want to know what yours was. And moving forward, how has that changed your business? Like, are you going to change how you do anything? Or did it change how you show up for yourself, how you believe in yourself?
So one thing that I kind of keep my platforms kind of separate, and I'm actually trying to work a little bit more of my business into my Instagram. Although I do share all of my products and stuff like that in my stories, especially I go in there. I do my capsules in the morning. Sometimes I'll get my shake if I have enough time in the mornings. Um, Sometimes I'll throw some slides in there. But I do notice that like I do get more people interested on Facebook versus Instagram.
Same,
So
same.
I am trying to incorporate a little bit more of that business aspect into my Instagram, because I keep my Instagram mainly like about me, myself, and mainly my weightlifting. So I'm just trying to like work a little bit more of like myself into the business, into my Instagram,
Yeah.
and kind of get more into there instead of keeping it separate. So I'm trying to work a little bit more of that in there.
Well, I love that too. I heard one time years ago, if your main platform, so whatever it is for you, like for me, it's Facebook. I built on Facebook both of the businesses that I've been a part of. I still to this day I build on Facebook mostly. But if my Facebook went away today, and this is a question to ask yourself, if your main platform went away today, would you still have a business? Right?
Probably not. I need to work on that.
We love an honest
I
queen.
know.
Okay. We love an honest queen. But that was like a gut check for me because I used to post on Instagram, but I was never consistent. I wasn't like doing IPAs over there. I was just taking my posts from Facebook, throwing it on Instagram, and then never looking at it again. Like I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I checked off the box, the Instagram box today, but I was never really working it. And so I heard somebody say that because and Facebook. I mean, actually, Adrian, I think she said she had to get off, but twice this woman has lost her Facebook over nothing,
Yeah.
nothing. And it's like I've seen people make new pages. Oh, sorry, mine got hacked, or something happened to this and I lost my page, or I commented something dumb and they violated me and they prohibited my page. If your Facebook went away today, do you have a business tomorrow? And someone had said that, and I was like, well, no, I don't. To be totally honest, I don't, right? And so that for me was like, I better get my ass over onto Instagram.
Yeah.
And then from there, TikTok came out. And I remember during COVID, a friend of mine was like, oh, you got to download this TikTok. And I was like, no, absolutely not. But then 6 months later, I was like doing all the TikTok dances. I was like, I'm a savage, you know, and I love it. And so I've actually, done TikToks about the auto bonus. And you just, same with Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels, you just never know
Mm-hmm.
when one, like Shannon's steak video, I have to say, this girl literally ate a steak with her hands, and the video blew up, and like people are unhinged. So they called her like they're saying that she's not housebroken. Like, and she goes, I'm gonna eat one with my feet next time. We're gonna see what they say about that. But you literally never know, right? Like I had a real time on Instagram. It was so freaking stupid. It was like a crashing sound, and then this guy was like, ding dong. And so the video I made me crashing through my door, standing up with my 3 steps and going ding dong. Like it was just so stupid. But like I got customers from that, right? And so I go on TikTok and I did one about the auto bonus, which full transparency, compliance called my ass. Okay. They did not email me. They did not send me a ticket. They called me. And they were like, Katie, that's gotta go. Like, but from that video alone, I signed up in 1 month like 40 promoters on a pack.
Wow.
Like I was doing my waiting room at the end of the month, and I had a 40K leg basically in my waiting room because I just was like, screw it. Like Shannon said, I'm like, people are gonna judge me anyways. I'm gonna get on there. I'm gonna do the dances. I'm gonna make the content. I'm gonna be myself. Yeah, I might get unfollowed because I share my beliefs. I share what I stand for. I share my life. It's just me. I'm not hateful. I'm not mean, but I'm me. And so I share that. And yeah, people are gonna come and go and unfollow you, but then you find the people that are for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sharing that, and you're you, the same you that you see, the same Roxanne, the same princess that we see on Facebook is the same you in person.
Yes.
Right. So I love it. I love that so much. And I'm cheering you on for Cap 10. Is there anything that you want to share with people? Like, what are you doing right now specifically before we hop off that's working? Are you sampling? Is it sharing people's results? Is it, sharing in your stories? Is it talking face to face? Like I know Shannon's is live videos, but everyone's different.
I do a little bit of everything. So like my lives here lately, I've been really bad about it, but I've been trying to like sprinkle it in, but not trying to make it like so much business. I did one the other day in regards to I had to go have an MRI done because a few months back I have been suffering from migraines, and that was one reason why I missed conference because I didn't know how things were going to go medically, so I just kind of forego it. But I went live and I was just sharing about, I've never had this done, and was kind of scared. I didn't know what to expect. And I actually got the results back yesterday, which I was kind of panicking when they called me and said, please give us a call back. We got your results. And I was like, this can't be good. I'm like, if you're calling me already to let me know. But everything went well. Nothing's going on upstairs, which is a great thing. But I love to go in my stories. I love to like talk face to face in my stories. That is one thing. Like if I'm not in my stories, you need to come find me because something's wrong. I am like creature of habit with that. Like every single morning I'm there. I try to at most get at least one post up a day, whether it's business related or it's me related. There are some days where like life is just coming at me and like I need to get out the door. I don't have time at work. And since we just moved into a new building, everything is so new. We're going through a whole new process of like getting customers in, clients scheduled, and everything else. So it's a whole new process. So I'm so much busier now, and I don't have the downtime like I used to. So now I'm coming home at like 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like catching up on you know, messages. I'm getting back to people. I'm actually getting a post up there. But it's when I work my business whenever I can. And right now it seems to be working. And if I can find pockets in my daytime, in my lunch break, I'll get something else out there or I'll catch up on some messages.
No excuses, right?
Nope.
No
Exactly.
excuses. I love it. I don't know where Amber went. Is she there? She texted me and said, I'll be back. So I don't know if she's back yet or what, but that's all I had for you guys. I appreciate you all for getting on. Larissa, you look like you want to say something. What are you doing, girl? No?
I was trying to read Shannon's comment, but then my thing kept. I'm not good at working Zoom. That's all there is to it.
She's out of here. Dan's down there fighting with the 3 boys. I just texted Tony and I said, why is Chevy screaming? What's going on? Because I can hear them upstairs. It's like, pray for our men. We're over here like on this call. And, like,
Probably because you didn't pay him $20 to do the dishes.
Oh my God, so well, thank you guys for hopping on. Hopefully you guys
Yes, thank you.
this. Go live. Go talk about samples. Go face to face in your stories. Take video content of everything. Post it. Be the disease of the social media of your network. I love saying that. People want to get on and see you, right? And so be that light, especially social media is so heavy right now. Make people laugh. Be you, be funny, be that break in the feed that people need, right? And so that's all I had. I don't know where Amber went. I think she said she was chasing her dog. So thank you guys for getting on, and I'll get the recording out as soon as Amber sends it to me. Bye, guys.
Bye.